Welcome to this GCSE Biology revision video focusing on photosynthesis explained. We'll cover everything from the raw ingredients and location to the final products and the factors that control the rate of this vital process. Photosynthesis is how plants, algae, and some bacteria, known as autotrophs, make their own food using light energy. This process is crucial as it forms the base of most food chains, removes carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, and releases the oxygen we breathe. The glucose produced is essential for the plant's growth, repair, and reproduction. Plants are self-sufficient producers. Through photosynthesis, they convert light energy into chemical energy stored in glucose. This sugar powers every biological process in the plant, making them independent of external food sources, unlike animals and fungi. Photosynthesis takes place in chloroplasts within the mesophyll cells of leaves. Chloroplasts contain chlorophyll, which absorbs light energy. Leaves maximize photosynthesis by having a large, flat surface area for light capture and stomata for gas exchange. They also feature many chloroplasts and a network of veins to deliver water and minerals. Chlorophyll is the green pigment in chloroplasts. It absorbs red and blue wavelengths of light most effectively and reflects green light. This absorbed light energy powers the chemical reactions of photosynthesis, converting simple molecules into glucose. The raw ingredients or inputs for photosynthesis are light energy, water, and carbon dioxide. Light energy is absorbed by chlorophyll. Water is absorbed by the roots and transported via the xylem. Carbon dioxide enters the leaf through stomata. Carbon dioxide from the air diffuses into the leaf through stomata, which are controlled by guard cells. When stomata are open, carbon dioxide enters down a concentration gradient, and oxygen diffuses out. Water vapor also escapes through this opening in a process called transpiration. Guard cells open in light and close in dry conditions to conserve water. Water enters the plant through root hair cells and travels up the stem in the xylem. In leaf cells, water provides the hydrogen atoms needed for glucose synthesis. Water is also vital for turgidity. Without enough water, cells lose pressure and the plant wilts. The word equation for photosynthesis is carbon dioxide plus water yields glucose plus oxygen. This conversion is driven by light energy absorbed by chlorophyll. Carbon dioxide and water are the reactants. Light energy is the source, and glucose and oxygen are the products. The balanced symbol equation is 6 carbon dioxide plus 6 H2O with light energy above the arrow, yielding C6 hydrogen oxide plus 6 O2. This shows that 6 molecules of carbon dioxide and 6 of water produce 1 molecule of glucose and 6 molecules of oxygen. The formula for glucose, C6 hydrogen oxide, is important for higher marks. Oxygen is a byproduct of photosynthesis, produced when water molecules split during the light-dependent reactions. It diffuses out of the leaf through the stomata into the atmosphere. Photosynthesis is responsible for almost all the oxygen we breathe. Glucose, the main product, is used in 4 key ways. It is broken down for energy through cellular respiration. Excess is stored as insoluble starch. It's used to build cellulose for cell walls and combined with nitrate ions to make proteins for growth and repair. Glucose is converted into starch for storage because glucose is soluble and affects the water potential of cells. Starch is insoluble compact and easily converted back to glucose when needed. The iodine test turning blue-black indicates the presence of starch. Plants use cellular respiration continuously, day and night, to release energy from glucose for all metabolic processes. During the day, photosynthesis produces more glucose than is used, storing the excess as starch. At night, the plant uses this stored starch for respiration. Photosynthesis occurs in light and green cells, using carbon dioxide and producing O2. Respiration occurs in all cells, using O2 and producing carbon dioxide. Even with sufficient ingredients, the rate of photosynthesis can be restricted by limiting factors. A limiting factor is a variable in short supply that slows or stops the reaction. The 3 main limiting factors are light intensity, temperature, and carbon dioxide concentration. Light provides the energy for photosynthesis. As light intensity increases, the rate rises proportionally, but only up to a point. Once maximum light intensity is reached, the rate plateaus, as another factor like temperature or carbon dioxide concentration becomes limiting. Temperature affects enzyme activity in photosynthesis. At low temperatures, the rate is slow. As temperature rises, the rate increases until it reaches the optimum temperature, around 25 to 30 degrees Celsius. Above this optimum, enzymes denature and the rate drops rapidly. Carbon dioxide is a raw material for photosynthesis. Low carbon dioxide concentration limits the rate. As carbon dioxide rises, the rate increases until it plateaus, meaning another factor is now limiting. In commercial greenhouses, extra carbon dioxide is often added to maximize growth. All three limiting factors interact simultaneously. The factor in shortest supply at any time is the actual limiting factor. Commercial growers must manage all three: light, temperature, and carbon dioxide to maximize crop productivity. The aquatic plant method, using plants like Elodea, is a common way to investigate photosynthesis rates. By counting oxygen bubbles produced per minute, we can estimate the rate. Variables like lamp distance, sodium hydrogen carbonate, or water temperature can be changed to test each limiting factor. Photosynthesis is arguably the most important chemical process on Earth. It produces the oxygen needed for aerobic respiration by most life forms, and it creates the food source at the foundation of nearly every food chain. Without producers, no consumers could survive. Photosynthesis constantly replenishes the oxygen we breathe. This process is closely linked to the carbon and oxygen cycles, helping to regulate atmospheric gas concentrations. It also removes carbon dioxide, a key greenhouse gas, helping to regulate climate. For exams, remember the three essentials for photosynthesis: light, water, and carbon dioxide. Also, include the location, chloroplasts, and the role of chlorophyll in absorbing light energy for comprehensive answers. Avoid common exam mistakes. Plants produce and use oxygen. They always respire. Photosynthesis only happens in green parts of the plant containing chlorophyll. Glucose is the direct product, starch is for storage. And high temperature causes denaturation, dropping the rate sharply. When explaining the effect of light intensity for an exam question, detail how more light means more energy absorbed, increasing the rate of reaction. Then, explain that the rate levels off because another factor, like carbon dioxide or temperature, becomes limiting. To increase photosynthesis in a greenhouse, a gardener can increase light intensity with artificial lighting, providing more energy. They can also increase carbon dioxide concentration, such as by using a carbon dioxide burner, which supplies more raw material and removes carbon dioxide as a limiting factor. The iodine test confirms that photosynthesis has occurred by detecting starch. The process involves boiling the leaf, removing chlorophyll with hot ethanol, rinsing, and then adding iodine. A blue-black color indicates starch presence, confirming photosynthesis. The variegated leaf experiment proves chlorophyll is essential. After the iodine test, the green areas turn blue-black, showing starch is present. The non-green areas remain yellow-brown, proving photosynthesis only occurs where chlorophyll is present. In summary, light energy absorbed by chlorophyll drives the conversion of water and carbon dioxide into glucose and oxygen. Glucose is used for respiration, storage, or building other molecules, while oxygen is released. Light, temperature, and carbon dioxide are the limiting factors. Review the key terms for this topic: photosynthesis, chloroplast, chlorophyll, stomata, limiting factor, starch, denaturation, and autotroph. Ensure you know each definition for exam success. Here's a quick look at the key facts about photosynthesis. 3 raw materials are needed: carbon dioxide, water, and light energy. The process produces 2 products: glucose for the plant and oxygen as a byproduct. Photosynthesis only happens in the chloroplasts. The 3 limiting factors are light intensity, temperature, and carbon dioxide concentration. Remember, the carbon cycle relies on plants absorbing carbon dioxide to keep the atmosphere balanced. Photosynthesis is the entry point for energy into all food chains. Producers make glucose, which is then passed to primary consumers, like herbivores, and then to secondary consumers, such as carnivores. All life fundamentally relies on this energy fixation. Let's review with some quick questions. Photosynthesis occurs in chloroplasts. The 3 limiting factors are light intensity, temperature, and carbon dioxide concentration. The products are glucose and oxygen. Glucose is stored as insoluble starch to avoid affecting water potential. You have now covered all the core concepts of photosynthesis. Remember to revise the equations, limiting factors, and practical investigations to be exam ready. Good luck with your revision.